Hey y'all, I just wanted to hop on here real quick just to give you a little update for the Halloweenathon that I've been participating in all month. We have just finished week 3, which is wild because that means that we have a little over a week left in just October, which is it's anxiety inducing. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about how they feel like October is on skates this year. I think that it comes from I've a lot of anxiety and pressure that people who are into horror or Halloween or whatever, that people expect for us to be doing something every single day during October because in their minds this is our Super Bowl. And at first when I was feeling this way, I thought it was because I'd gotten sick during the first week of October and this feeling of I need to catch up and I'm not putting out as much content as I wanted to. I think that it really has to do with the fact that we're into this stuff all year and there's extra outside pressure from other people in the community, from people who see us a certain way, to be putting out our best work during this time because we're now considered a high commodity to some people because they're looking for horror recommendations or they're just into this stuff now when we're into this stuff all year. And I've been reminding myself that all of this stuff that I'm doing will be here and I can still put it out and I can still talk about it when October is over. There's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. And the only one rushing is myself. And if I'm not enjoying doing whatever I'm doing during this time, then what's the point? I think also, as somebody who does like Christmas as well, starting to see Christmas like show up in the stores and on my timeline makes me feel like October is being rushed. In more of a, hey, like, can I enjoy the present moment right now? Because I've been waiting for this all year. Can we have a month in between October and November just so that Christmas can have all of its time and not interfere with my Halloween? That's how I wanted to start it, but let's get into what I've been doing for this last week for the Halloweenathon. I finished American Psycho. Honestly, I think that book's probably the most disturbing book I've ever read. I say that because one, I went into the book probably not thinking it was going to be that bad because I've been watching the film for years now. I think that I wasn't really expecting it to scare me that much. The other thing is too is that I believe the film is far more hopeful than the book is. The book is extremely nihilistic. I think that in the movie, you are really kind of led to believe that he's made all this up in his mind. And there are multiple things in the book that says no. You want to believe that he's made this up in his mind because you have some sense of humanity in you and you're hoping that somebody isn't capable of all of this atrocity and just to get away with it. But in all honesty, he has. However, was the writing absolutely amazing? And did I have to look up absolutely everything he said because he is an unreliable narrator completely and utterly? Yes, and that's what made me keep reading. But this is a huge trigger warning to anybody who has seen the movie and is like, oh, I'm going to pick up the book. It's not going to be that bad. The movie is light work compared to the book. And when it hits around the quarter point before you get to the end, it is just torture after torture after torture. It just gets really, really bad. So that is a huge trigger warning, especially right now with where we are as a country. I think that that's why it was such a hard book to move through, because this book literally feels like the guidebook for a lot of people who are in the current administration. I have so much more to talk about in regards to it. It will be all said during my wrap up at the end of the month, but I really wanted to spend time on that because I feel like people pick up that book constantly, but I also feel like it's an important book in a lot of ways because it tells us why we are currently sitting where we're sitting and how people can be as evil as they are in that 1%er category. Okay, I'm glad that I got all of that out. Let's talk about something else that I finished. Zero Saints. That was an amazing book. Loved it. Important book. It's a novella, but it has so much to say. It's written in Spanish and English, which was amazing to kind of experience and read through. It mentions Santeria, and it actually started a lot of conversation between me and my partner. It was just amazing. I would really like reread that book again. Was 5 stars for me. I cannot recommend it enough. What did I also watch? I watched They Live for the first time. Nobody told me Keith David was sitting here being a horror hottie throughout all the 80s. I don't know why y'all kept Silverthroat under wraps like that. I'm kind of interested to see like what else he was featured in during that time. I don't know if those were the only 2 horror movies, The Thing and They Live. But Again, maybe watching They Live wasn't the best thing, because that was hard to watch, and then them to name drop 2025 to be when they got the height of capitalism. But here's a high note. We went apple picking in Glen Oak, which was fantastic. We had a great time. Ended up getting tons of great apple cider and all this, and having these great apple like cider donuts. We brought back apples that we had picked, and I made an apple crumble coffee cake, which that was cool. I made a fall dessert, a fall treat. Let's look at quickly what prompts that I finished. Mortal Kombat, which was read and watch a book or a movie with a high body count. VHS, read a book, watch a movie featuring old technology. Candyman, read or watch a book or movie written or directed by a BIPOC author or director. Activity prompt, The Exorcist, release your inner demon by indulging in something you love or enjoy for at least an hour. Fall Fest, make a thematic fall recipe. How about them apples? Go apple picking, bob for apples, or make an apple themed dessert. Beware of the Blob, read a book over 300 pages, watch a movie over 2.5 hours. So, that is my update for the Halloween-a-thon. We are moving into week 4. I have already started reading The Good House. I'm loving it. I will say that I'm a little concerned because, again, it's longer, but I'm enjoying reading it. I think I just have some anxiety about finishing that, as well as some other books that I have on my list in time for the end of the month. And then I'm starting today The Conjuring of America, which is a nonfiction that I'm very excited to get to. But I think the thing that I'm really enjoying right now is watching a lot of classic horror films. I have a newfound respect for 80s horror films. I hope that you guys are having a great Halloween season, October. And if you are already ready for Christmas, don't worry, you're not the only one out there. And it's okay. Nobody is side-eyeing you. At least I'm not.